Hello and good evening, and welcome to the shed. Hashtag Irish Bills Mafia with me, Trevor. You're very welcome along. As you can see, I'm not wearing my Buffalo Bills gear tonight. It's Super Bowl week, and we're getting ready for an exciting game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. I posted a few pictures there on X and on Instagram a few minutes ago. To be fair, you can't see it. I have a 49ers jersey on and cap, but I have a Mahomes jersey behind me, so it is balanced out. Um, that I'm not uh, being unfair to any team. I'm being a neutral as best I can. So we're looking forward to the game next weekend. It's the end of the season. Unfortunately, us as Bills fans are not there, but we've a lot to look forward to, as in the game itself. Um, to be fair, and you have to take off your bias hat when you look at the two teams that are in it. He, halfway through the season, I wouldn't have given Mahomes and the Chiefs a prayer of being in the Super Bowl. And at one part of the season, after the great start, you wouldn't give Purdy or the 49ers a chance of being in the Super Bowl. But both teams got it together, and in fairness, the best two teams, one from each division, is in the Super Bowl as of now. So you cannot complain about it. So tonight's video is my preview part one. I'm just going to look at a few different things in the game, just expand a small bit about it, and we'll leave it at that then for tonight. And then on Thursday night, I'll do part two, where I'll give you my who I think will win. You might get a hint of it tonight, and I might give you a false direction. You don't know. We'll have to wait until Thursday night to find that out. So tonight's video, what I'm going to look at is the weapons that both teams have in offense. And basically, it starts with the two quarterbacks. So you have Patrick Mahomes, who has been taunted by some today. I heard on TV as the GOAT. Didn't give Brady long at that after retirement. Yes, he's a long way to go to catch Brady, but not that I'm blowing up Brady or anything, but he has. And you have Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. And if you look at the numbers for both of them, Mahomes had 401 out of 597 attempts. Purdy had 305 out of 444. So Mahomes has passed the ball a lot more than Purdy. If you look at the yards they both hit though, out of them passes, Mahomes had 4,183. And he's had 100 more pass completions than Brock Purdy. But Brock Purdy is 4,280 out of that. Touchdowns, Mahomes has thrown for 27. Purdy has thrown for 31. And interceptions, Mahomes has had 14. And Brock Purdy has had 11. Now, this is the bit that gets me. And by the way, I have a Brock Purdy jersey on. You can see the number on my social media. Is people, especially the high-end ESPN TV people, NFL people, media like podcasts, are writing Brock Purdy as the man that's just there to steer the ship, where Mahomes is Mr. Exciting, Mr. Can do this, Mr. Can do that. Brock Purdy is, and I don't wear his jersey just for the sake of it, is one of my favorite players in the NFL. I have three favorite players outside the Buffalo Bills. Brock Purdy is one, Christian McCaffrey is two, and CJ Stroud is three. And if I went to five, I'll be honest, it'd be Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, and they're my five. But for the top three, Brock Purdy is there. And Brock Purdy, you can say, has George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, what weapons he has, etc., etc. But yet he has to put the ball in their hands for that to happen. And let me look at it from a Bills point of view. We have the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion, by a country mile. And the night against the Kansas City Chiefs, he put three perfect passes. yet none of the boys could catch the ball and hold on. That's a minimum of 3 perfect passes. He threw a lot more, but I'm just talking about the 2 to Sherfield and the 1 to Stefan Diggs, and none of them was caught. So the quarterback has to put the ball, and you have to have also the guys to catch the ball. On the San Francisco 49ers, they have a quarterback that is lethal, and they have the weapons that, as in the tight ends, the wide receivers, the running back, that are lethal as well. The Chiefs do too, but not to the same strength. Like, if I was to look at the 5 big names on each team, so Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, and Brandon Ayuk, San Francisco 49ers. Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Isaiah Pacheco, Rashea Rice, and Marcus Scantling. Now, up to a week ago or 2 weeks ago, Scantling wouldn't catch a cold. Rashee Rice, in fairness to him, he's a rookie and he's coming into it, and he is dangerous and he's a good footballer. And then you had Kadarius Toney there as well, who I think is in La La Land. I've seen him interviewed. Like, the quicker the Chiefs can get him out the door, the better. But you look at them sets, who's going to do more damage on a perfect day? We just call it an even day. I would go with the 49ers over the Chiefs. Yes, Kelce will do damage and big damage, and he has done that already in the playoffs. But the man is 34 years of age and hasn't the same speed as what the 49ers have on their side. Pacheco, again, another experienced member. I know so is Christian McCaffrey. But Rashee Rice and Scantling, then they're 2, like, one's a rookie. They're not broken in yet for these kind of games. Now, I'm not saying which team I'm picking. I'm just saying, looking at the 2 sets, who do I want to win? Well, the jersey says it. I want the 49ers to win. And before the Chiefs fans, that anyone that watches this say, "Oh, why don't you pick the Chiefs?" I did pick the Chiefs in last year's Super Bowl, and I wanted them to win in last year's Super Bowl. So, we don't want any dynasties. We want different teams winning it as many times as possible. And for me, if we were looking at right now, if I was to pick a team, going off this alone, I would be going for the 49ers. That's not saying I'm picking them or I'm not picking them yet. But then you look at the league rankings. So in offense, the Kansas City Chiefs were 9th for the regular season. The 49ers were 2nd. So again, their numbers are matching up to where the positions are on the table. Defense. Now this is the other side of it. The Chiefs were 2nd. The 49ers were 8th. Passing, the Chiefs were 6th. The 49ers were 4th. And rushing, the Chiefs were 19th and the 49ers were 3rd. So the 49ers have, on the regular season, have beaten the Chiefs in 3 out of the 4. The one they didn't beat them in is probably one of the most important ones too, is defense, where the Chiefs were the 2nd best defense in the league. Within the 49ers were the 2nd best offense in the league. Now, on the defense side, you have Chris Jones and George Karlaftis. I hope I said that right. They have 10.5 sacks each. Nick Bosa has 10.5 sacks on the other side. Interceptions, L'Jarius Sneed, who has had a brilliant year. Kahil Shakir is the only one that has scored a touchdown on him, just for the record. Has had 2 interceptions, where Javius Ward has 5 interceptions for the 49ers. Tackle-wise, Justin Reed for the Chiefs has 95 tackles, but Fred Warner has 132 tackles for the 49ers. So there's peaks and drops on both teams. And both teams have strengths, and both teams, not really weaknesses, but in this kind of a game, has a weakness. And it'll be very interesting to see which team goes out in the field and settles faster. So you look at, well, how will that affect? The Chiefs have been there. And for me, the Chiefs, the big Super Bowl for them was last year because they were the underdogs to most people going in. The Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts and co were the team that were going to, win it. And it was one of the best Super Bowls I did see. But uh, the Chiefs came out and with an injured Mahomes grinded out the result, not in a grind out way, but as in broke down the Eagles. Anytime the Eagles got ahead, they came back. But when the Chiefs went ahead, there was no coming back for the Eagles. I think the 49ers have to come out Sunday and they have to settle first and fast because the pressure is more on them, I think, than it is on the Chiefs. The reason for why I say this is the Chiefs bet them 4 years ago. They have been knocking it on the door to get to a Super Bowl since. The Chiefs are the defending champions. They have 2 Super Bowls in this era to 0. The 49ers and Kyle Shanahan has an awesome array of talent and an awesome array of expectation to go with that talent. And where the Chiefs halfway, well, we won't even say halfway, November, December time looked absolutely rubbish. And you would not put them in a Super Bowl if you were to bet all the money in the world that they would be there. So I think the pressure is on the 49ers. Now, can they handle that pressure? They looked very average in their win over the Green Bay Packers. And they were invisible defensively, especially, and offensively in the first half against the Lions. But they did come out and turn it around and show the NFL and the world what the team could be like. The Chiefs, on the other hand, they blew out Miami. They beat us in a cracker. And as much as I hate saying it, they're there because they deserve to be there. And not because I hate the Chiefs, but because I'm a Bills fan and they bet us on the way out and I did take it bad. But anyway, and then in the divisional game against Baltimore, they absolutely tore Baltimore to shreds and made Lamar Jackson at home with an absolutely amazing atmosphere look awful ordinary, and his team. Made their defense look ordinary, made their offense look ordinary, and was just really outgunned and outcoached. So, what do I think on the Tuesday before the Super Bowl? Well, as I said, I want the 49ers to win. I'm not a 49ers fan, and I'm not a Chiefs fan. But as I said, I was for the Chiefs last year, so it's only fair I go for the other team this year. On the Tuesday, I'd be kind of fancying the 49ers. But only kind of, maybe by 5 or 10%. But that's not my pick. My pick won't be made until the Thursday night video. Could be it, but it might not be it. Do I think the Mahomes and Kelsey leadership in the dressing room was huge for the Kansas City Chiefs? And what does the 49ers have in that? Well, Mahomes and Kelsey, they've been there. They have other lads that have been there. Chris Jones is there too. But like they're the 2 big front names that's out there. They have the experience. George Kittle has the experience. But then Christian McCaffrey or Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk or Brock Purdy, do they have the experience? And these are their big names. So it'll be interesting to see how they handle it. But as of now, the Tuesday before the Super Bowl, I am just tipping slightly towards the 49ers because I think their hunger and their really hunger and the hurt from being beat before might just push them over the line. But that's not my tip, and it's not what I'm going to say until Thursday night when I make my final call and see how the rest of the week plays out. On other things, and I won't keep you too long because we only have the one game to talk about, and I want to save some of it for Thursday night. is I want to wish Michael McQuaid, Mark Hogan, Jason Hayes, and all the NFL Ireland, Pro Football Ireland, all the best over there in Vegas. I'm watching their shows. They're doing a brilliant job. If you can tune in at 10 o'clock tonight on YouTube at NFL Ireland, please do and support them. I know Jimmy English from Gaelic Gridiron has gone over as well. I want to wish him the very best of luck, and they're both teams are representing Ireland at the Super Bowl, so it's a great thing to have them over there and at the game. Then, if you want anything different in sport, just my friends at Nickel City Mafia, Mike Thornton and Jake Podger, they are putting out brilliant shows. They talk about anything. They have their own football show, but then they also talk about golf and stuff like that as well. So tune in, and you'll find a show that will keep you interested. Other than that, it's a bit cool here in the shed tonight. Woke up this morning. I'm up since 4:30 Irish time, and it was bucketing down rain. And now it was a lovely day, dried off, but there's frost coming tonight apparently, so we have to warm ourselves up. But that is everything here from the west of Ireland right now. There's no Bills news as such. It's basically just getting into Super Bowl week, and this is what the week that every team wants to be in at the start of the season, the start of the year, and the two teams that are in it, as I said earlier, are deservingly in it. So until Thursday night, when we'll go through the finer things, enjoy your week, enjoy the Super Bowl build-up, watch as much shows as you can and get into it. And if you have any comments or any thoughts or anything you want me to add, please drop me a message. But until then, even though I'm in a 49ers Brock Purdy jersey, go Bills.